Right, video explaining some features of the Module 1 workbooklet titled Differentiation Essentials. Righty, so there are three other modules to come, and there's the links to them. The latest version means you may be assigned it, but obviously extra things, changes, edits, improvements, for example, extra new late questions will be added in, and obviously the latest version. But you are to please work through the one assigned to you on Google Classroom. That's the one I'll be checking and looking for your feedback and your progress there. Right, anyway, this is the new standard differentiation, 6 credits. It says somewhere, it is definitely 6 credits. External, done in November. Here's the information from NZQA. Hopefully you've got the workbook already. I'm encouraging you to possibly save paper and go to the e-flip book would be also an option. I'll be using the Excellence Tahi Maths PowerPoints. They are really awesome, so give credit to Tahi Maths. And for example, all these ones here, these links here will be appearing in these modules. If you haven't got a copy of this, hard copy, print out for you, because you'll be getting very familiar, in particular this box here, down the bottom here, and the top half of page 3, and possibly referring back to some trig identities, more so the integration paper. So that's definitely worth printing out those pages there. If you want a heads up, do look at this document here. You'll be referring to this if you are a serious candidate for the November externals. This is a compilation of resources to help students from my CAS. So if I were to basically show you what you've got here, some notes and topic reviews, Affinity Plus One, exam papers, and podcasts. This guy here is really good. He's got 2017 to 23, the exams all sorted for you. Extra exam papers, if you want some good quality stuff. SNED Maths has some really good content. And as it says here, online study sites. If you haven't been to Study Time, that's pretty good. And Learn Coach, you do get some free 30 minutes each day. After that, you have to pay. You may think that could be a good idea for you, paying for the Learn Coach. So just while we're here, let's go to an exam paper. This is what the journey you're going to go on. Let's just choose, 2022. There it's confirmation, 6 credits. And hey, this whole booklet system, I am aiming to take you to, where are we going here? Okay, lost the paper. I'm taking you up to excellence level. So kicking or screaming, but the whole objective is, can you apply differentiation methods using extended abstract thinking? Okay, so you're now getting expressions like this: natural log. We've got fraction differentiation, stationary points. You'd have remembered that from year 12, hopefully, the calculus paper there. Some things like normals, the function, graph geometry, intercepts. What else we got here? This stuff is new. Parametric, a third variable, the t variable. Okay, what effect does that have? Once you understand what's going on, that actually is really reasonably straightforward and quite an easy merit to get that question there. And this is the hard stuff here. Constants, exponentials, points of inflections, and look how much paper you're given here. A whole page of algebra is required to solve the likes of part E there. Back to the achieve questions. That's relatively straightforward. A product rule, you'll learn this one. Tangents to gradients, expressions like this, which are cubed. This is a bit of physics, kinematics, rates of change. Optimization questions. That's actually quite a straightforward optimization one. You could probably have done that in year 12, but then in year 12 you weren't told about exponentials. That's what makes it quite interesting. Quite abstract stuff like this, with an opportunity for you to sketch and sort of develop your working to solve the problem here. This is interesting stuff. These ones here, every question virtually for the last 10 years, there's been a funky graph question like this. which is rated for a merit if you get all parts of it correct. And we'll be covering that in the first module. In fact, under here, continuity, these sort of questions will be appearing in that one. What else are we looking at here? Your classic, what's this? Rates of change type of problem. You'll be looking at that. Stationary points, their nature, maximum, minimum, inflection points. And lastly, a relatively mean, this one, optimization problem. There you go, there's the word minima. Okay, so what's the minimum implying on that one? So there's the overview. Something new, I'm trying to put memes, I guess some maths humor. If you can find better calculus, let's put a capital there, calculus memes, then please send them to me and I'll add them in to make it more humorous. Just to break down, if we would look at STEM Online is something new. I think you've been alerted to it already, but if you haven't enrolled, please do so. You should have received an email from me with your password, and your login is your NetNZ email address. So your password will be sent to you by email, and the enrollment key is this thing. Once you've clicked in here, you'll see this course here, and these are the sort of options for it. And yeah, flick through the introduction, the basic rules, and I think you're going to find it is a good option for helping you learn. And thanks very much to making this available, the University of Auckland, their STEM Online initiative. So speaking of which, from section 1.3 and 1.4 onwards, there are now two learning options. One, I guess the New Lake Tahi Maths and video option, and the other one is the STEM Online option. And basically, the deal is you choose which option you want to work through. In terms, the key idea is, can you learn about differentiation of polynomials? And learning option 1 or learning option 2, which one works for you? You can do both. Okay. Having said that, you've chosen your learning option, but this is sort of semi-compulsory. If you could make sure you have a good crack at some of the questions. For example, this one here is, I'm saying, I'm not specifying which questions, but let's just open it up here. Let's look at page 89, for example. What page is that? Page 89. Okay, there we go. So if that's page 89, what questions are you going to do? If you're really confident, look at the end section. Yep. And if you're getting them correct, then you don't need to do the easier ones earlier on. Whereas some of you, start every second odd one, so to speak. If you want to do all of them, good for you. Okay, so that's why I'm saying selection. And here I've got a selection of problems which I've sort of randomly chosen. There's no rhyme or rhythm here. Just ones that I thought would be useful, giving a good cross section of skill sets. And that's what I've chosen them. And in terms of homework commitments, if you could please just take a picture of the page, and I might see 4 or 5 done. That's fantastic. Okay, so insert a picture of you working from pages 89. So what you're showing me is, yep, you are having a go. And if anything, you're stuck, you can always just copy the video solutions, or at least see the logic. Now, guys, if you're watching these videos, please try and be neater than me. And as a bare minimum, show the working I'm showing is the sort of standard you need to be able to keep. If you take shortcuts, not recommended. Okay, you can be neater than me, that's for sure. That's not too hard, but please definitely show the working, because that's going to help you. You're now getting to the stage, for example, here, there's no way you can answer this question in that sort of space. You're actually going to have an extra piece of page, and it's just algebra, 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 and your working out is super important. Okay, then you've got feedback. This is recommendation, please. Pull down the menus here. Here's a bit more detail. For example, how are you finding the New Lake exercises? Okay. Or if I see this, you're sending a signal. And if you're putting this one, help with no idea, possibly in a comment section here, could you sort of give me an idea why, what aspects? Okay. And just reference to memes. And down the bottom here, some extra content, just some extra videos. I'm going to keep the videos to a minimum in terms of just basically my go-to source is Infinity Plus One, Mr. Chanda, who's a very good maths educator. I will just put that up there. So that's the structure that you'll find in these. So intro, notes, New Lake practice, and from these ones down here, what's extra, you've got this 2 learning options. This one here, or learning option 2, STEM Online. And this one here is the more traditional New Lake workbooklet, Tahi Maths, and videos. And what I'm encouraging you is do both. If you like the videos, you don't like reading the New Lake notes and examples, but you are, please go and have a good crack at the questions here. Well, these ones, a selection from those ones. And here are my work solutions for you to check off at home. And obviously complete the picture by inserting here a picture, take with your camera, your cell phone, of your work there. Cool.